The development timeline of Mother 3, also known as Earthbound 64 during its earlier phases, is one of the most famously troubled in gaming history, spanning over a decade. Below is a detailed timeline of the key events. 1994 to 1996, initial concepts. 1994, after the success of Earthbound, Mother 2 in Japan, for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, since Shuichi Sato Ito, the creator of the Mother series, began planning a third installment. 1996, Nintendo announced Mother 3 as a sequel for the SNES. However, development shifted when Nintendo decided to focus on its new hardware, the Nintendo 64 and its add-on, the 64DD disk drive. As a result, Mother 3 was re-envisioned as a 3D game. 1996 to 1999, Earthbound 64 development. 1996-1999, Mother 3 became Earthbound 64, planned for the Nintendo 64's 64DD peripheral. The development team, Brownie Brown, now 1UP Studio, and HAL Laboratory, led by Ito, aimed to create a large, detailed 3D RPG with a darker, more emotional story. The game was said to span 12 chapters and would feature a more serious tone than its predecessors. However, development faced major technical challenges, especially with the 64DD hardware, which was underpowered for the game's ambitious scope. The add-on also failed commercially, leaving the team to work with the base Nintendo 64. 1999 to 2000, Earthbound 64 cancellation. 1999, Mother 3 was shown at Space World 1999, a Japanese video game trade show, with playable demos. Despite being well received, development troubles continued. The team struggled to meet their goals within the limitations of the Nintendo 64 hardware. August 2000, Nintendo officially announced the cancellation of Earthbound 64. Shigeru Miyamoto, one of the key figures in the game's development, said that it was simply too ambitious for the Nintendo 64 hardware. 2003 to 2006, Game Boy Advance revival. 2003, after the Game Boy Advance, GBA, was released, Nintendo and Ito decided to revive Mother 3 as a 2D game for the GBA. This was a major shift in the development process, as the game was re-envisioned in a style closer to its SNES predecessor, Earthbound. The development team was significantly smaller, and the scope of the game was revised to focus more on the narrative, cutting down the previously planned chapters. 2006, Mother 3 was finally released on April 20, 2006. In Japan, it was only available on the Game Boy Advance and was never officially localized for the West. Post-release, Fan Efforts and Legacy. 2008, after years of requests for a Western release, a fan translation of Mother 3 was completed by a dedicated group of fans led by Clyde Tomato Mandolin. This fan translation allowed English-speaking audiences to experience the game for the first time. The game has since gained a strong cult following and is widely regarded as a masterpiece of storytelling in video games, despite never being officially released outside Japan. In summary, Mother 3 endured over a decade of development turmoil, shifting across platforms and formats, before finally being released as a 2D GBA title in 2006, cementing its place as a unique and beloved entry in the Mother series. 4.0. The game was 30% complete,